Hey everyone, today I'm creating these guitar birthday cards and I'm using the Little Basics 1.1 pack from Paper Rose. I'm using some of their dies, so there are 4 here, 3 die sets. There's 2 large guitars and then a pack that has 2 silhouette guitars. I am using leftovers from the paper pack. So I used this paper pack for my May 2023 Sheetload of Cards video and created these birthday cards. This is the video on what's left. All right, so I'm doing really simple card making today. I looked at my leftovers and I had a 2 1/4 by 6 inch strip. And so I decided that I was going to literally just cut those down to 5 1/4. So I have some space for a mat on these cards. And I'm cutting off these small pieces that are 3/4 of an inch wide. And if you watch to the end of the video, I will show you some bonus cards that I created with those little strips you can see on the side of my cutting mat. I've pre-cut my black layers, so these ones are 5 1/4 by 4 inches. They just give me a really great base layer for the card design. And then I've got some white strips of cardstock here that I haven't chopped completely up, but I'm laying them across 2 of the card bases, just so I can get a feel for which side of the pattern paper I would like to use today. Now, because I'm using white silhouette dies and I'm not colouring them at all, I decided to use the darker side of each of the pattern papers. It just gives the white a much better chance to stand out and contrast. And you can see here I'm trying to work out, do I use the big guitars? Do I use the small guitars? I really wasn't sure at this stage which one was going to work the best. So I cut out loads and loads of all of them because I figured I love having leftovers for future projects. So I figure if there's extra guitar dies, I will find a great use for them down the track. I'm matting all of these with a 1/4 inch border. And I've cut this down perfectly so that I can attach the pieces of pattern paper. Super easy to do, and then I'm layering them all up on the black matting layer. This process for 18 cards was actually pretty quick. I did have someone recently ask me how long it took me to create a set of cards. So down the track, I will start considering recording how long it takes. Then I know, but I can also share in the videos just in case that's helpful. I have a whole ton of really small little happy birthday sentiments that have been pre-stamped, and I just ran through and put some double-sided tape on the back. Just made it really easy for me to just pop this at the bottom of the pattern paper and then decide where I was going to put the silhouette guitars. Given that the guitars were going to be such a key element, I decided that I would stack them up to give them just a little bit more of a presence. It almost makes them like a little bit more of a chipboard element. The number of cards I was making today versus the number that I actually cut out meant I only did 2 layers. Now, traditionally, I would probably do 3 to make it even more solid, but even with the 2 layers, it really did make it stand out on the card, and you can tell that it's just a little bit raised up from a normal piece of cardstock. Keeping in mind that this is probably about, 110-pound cardstock that I'm using here. So it's quite heavyweight to begin with. So 2 layers of it works out absolutely perfectly. I will say that the shape of these makes it really easy for stacking. So if you're using a liquid glue and you can do a few at a time, it's very quick to run these through. Even lining up the little bits at the end of the guitar that are a little bit more delicate was super easy. You can see here I've just got my Barely Art glue and I am not thinking too much about where these are lined up. I'm just trying to make sure that the guitar itself is on the pattern paper and that it's on a little bit of an angle. And it does show up really well with this checkered pattern behind it. So I'm very glad about the choices that I made early on about the pattern paper because that contrast is really key for the guitar to stand out. And I really do love, I don't often use black mats, but I really do love the fact that that black matting layer is a really strong contrast to, I guess, the abstract of the front. Now with this one here, I've got the guitar that has the bit of a hole through it, and the pattern paper is a little bit busy. And so I actually decided that I would switch, and then I put the guitar, I guess this is like an electric guitar. I don't know much about guitars at all, but I decided to put this with the black with the blue spots behind it. Again, it's all just about the contrast and I feel like this looks a little better. I don't think the other card is bad, but I just think if I'm picking the right thing to go on top, then I'm making the best combination of the die cuts and the pattern papers themselves. If you're enjoying the video, it would be fantastic if you could hit the like button. That is how YouTube knows that this is a video that has been enjoyed, and it does help it spread to more viewers. And if you could also consider hitting the subscribe button, that would be brilliant as well. Thanks so much. After running through and adding the large size guitars to each of the cards, I did run out, and so I started using the small guitars. Now, I still think they look cool, but I do think, given the simplicity of this card design, that the bigger one looks better. The small one just gets a little bit lost, especially on the busy abstract paper behind, but I had already cut everything out and I was determined to use what I had. So I did not go back to my die machine and cut out more of the large, I just moved on with the project. I did promise earlier that I was going to show you what I did with the leftover pieces of paper. So I don't like anything going to waste, especially when the pattern papers are absolutely gorgeous. I put them in the recycling bin if absolutely necessary, or I use them to layer up behind some elements as an alternative for foam tape. But if it's pattern paper in particular, then I will traditionally use that on a project. The approach that I took was literally to line up the pieces of pattern paper in either the green style or the blue style on some leftover scrap white cardstock. I placed it with a 1/4 inch border around each side and then just layered them next to each other and chopped it down. I don't even know what size I ended up with. It was literally a matter of just using the white cardstock and creating an element that had one end of it with the 1/4 inch border and the other end it was cut flush so that I could offset it off the back of these black backing panels. These ended up looking really, really similar to the core cards that I created. I was able to use the leftovers that I had, including a bunch of these smaller guitars, and then you can see there that I have one of the bigger sort of electric guitars, and I just made it work. I did some of them landscape, some of them portrait. They all ended up looking a little bit different, and I didn't have any leftovers, so I consider that a successful project. I have put a link here to a video that I think you might enjoy. Have a great day.